Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Nana, and you can check me out on the Bootleg Kev Podcast.
Welcome to the Bootleg Kev Podcast. We got a special guest in here. My guy Nana here, man. Welcome.
My brother Kev, what's good, man?
It's finally you're here, sir.
Finally, we're here, man.
You had a pretty great pandemic. I feel like your life changed during the pandemic.
A little bit, man. A little bit. You know, just
a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 2020 was a very challenging, but a very
for your career.
For my career, yeah.
Your career went up
for sure
in a certain.
Couple more listeners.
Yeah, quite a few more listeners. Yeah. I mean, I feel like, some people like used the last couple of years to like as an excuse as to why they're whatever the fuck down bad. I'm not even talking about just musicians, but just people in general. But like a lot of people really like use it as quite the opposite.
Yeah. I feel like that was like the year that everybody needed like the music within itself
and music with substance.
Exactly,
because they were listening at the crib.
Correct.
Or they were listening in their car. They weren't standing on fucking couches.
It wasn't nothing else to do but to listen to music.
Exactly.
The freeways was all cleared up. Nobody was on the road. Six Flags shut down. All the theme parks are shut down.
No, for sure. That's why I feel like guys like yourself, like we saw a lot of guys have like the Griselda guys were already popping, but they really went next level. Freddie and Alfredo, and even if you look at the Grammy nominations,
right,
it was like a bunch of rap shit. It was like Jay Electronica and D Smoke and Freddie Gibbs and Royce.
Exactly.
It was good for music, I think.
Yeah, I feel like we got a heavy outpour of like real rap during that time.
Just amazing rap. 2020, I think, was like probably up there with one of my favorite years in hip hop in recent memory. As far as just like the stuff I like just the music that was released, just the quality was, I feel like, on another level.
I would say so.
Yeah, it was up there. What part of LA are you from?
I'm from the Crenshaw district.
Okay.
So, near like Lamert Park, like that, around that area, Crenshaw and King. Grew up, born, raised over there, went to school over there, Audubon Middle School, Dorsey High School. So
talk about like for you, because LA is such a interesting place when we think of like the biggest artists to come out of LA. Like you got someone like Kendrick, who is the biggest, but also is like not gang affiliated.
Right.
Grew up in the neighborhood, but like wasn't a part of that lifestyle. And then on the flip side, you got Snoop Dogg, who's probably the most famous rapper of all time, but he's just got done sea-walking and throwing a crip at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl.
I think like there's always a stereotype about LA people when you don't live here, that it's like all one thing, but it's such a dynamic place. And I think that like what you're bringing to the table is like a very like just a dope perspective on what it's like to not be wrapped up in that lifestyle, but still kind of be from those areas, Definitely,
exactly. I think my thing has always been, just giving like a fly on the wall perspective, because I know a lot of guys from both sides, and just haven't had watched it like from a like closely, but not being directly in it and tied to it. Just gave me the ability to give a different perspective coming from LA and coming from the Crenshaw district. So I know a lot of guys are familiar with, Nipsey, Ice Cube,
of course,
when they hear South Central. So, and just the arena that these guys were in, gave the world, I feel like, a perspective of what LA is coming from like that area. But I feel like with me, it's being close to it, but not being in it.
Right.
So
what do you think is the biggest misconception about LA in general? I think like living here for 5 or 6 years now, I think it's like, from my perspective, it's like people come out here, but they don't really ever come to LA. They go to like the Valley, or they go to Hollywood, or they go to Beverly Hills, and they think that's LA. Exactly. But really the closest part of LA they've been to is when they landed. Exactly.
I think the biggest misconception is that everybody in LA is fake. It's like, nah, man, you stay north of the 10 freeway, and like, you are on no disrespect, on Fairfax all day or on Melrose all day. And, you know, it's kind of like, yo, go where the culture is. You know, go where you could get some good food at. Go, you know, to Haroon, you know, in Lamar Park, you know, where you get a sense of like real community, you know. So I personally feel like that's the biggest misconception of LA. And a lot of times, honestly, it be like people that will come here and adapt to a mentality that they feel like they have to live in LA. And a lot of people, you know, for the most part, you know, they meet people like that and they feel like everybody in LA is like that. And that's not the case. Well,
and most of the time, because like there's been a few people that have gone LA viral for talking shit about LA R&B singers. We won't get into the who's and the weeds of it. But, but it's like people who aren't even from here.
Exactly.
And it's like, obviously you're probably mostly interacting with people who aren't from here as well.
Correct.
And or who are very much like involved in the entertainment industry. And unfortunately, in the entertainment industry, it just is what it is. Most people are full of shit.
That everywhere.
And no matter what you're a part of. Yeah. Exactly. But like, I do feel like particularly like I understand how someone could be scorned by like their experience in the music industry. But like, just because someone lives here, like, you know, they're it's not the same thing.
Correct.
And it's like, if you're not from here, shut the fuck up.
That's it.
Like you're here. You're
here, you know.
You're taking the good.
Right.
You love the like there's a reason why you're here.
Right, exactly.
Because you kind of have to be here for your career.
Correct.
So if you could get all that positive out of Los Angeles, but then want to go on Twitter and shit on like fucking homeless people or the you know, all these little things, it's like
right. LA is beautiful though, man. Like it's so many different like nuances and like
LA is such a dynamic city. There's like really whatever you're looking for, you can get here.
Yeah, exactly.
And really, if you want to drive within like 3 hours of LA, it's like really limitless. It's like you could go to the fucking desert and trip on shrooms at Joshua Tree. You can go to Irvine and go to the it's
just so many different layers to the city, you know. Like how you said, you want to go to Joshua Tree, Palm Springs, Coachella. It's not too far from that.
It's like its own little country, low key, Southern California. It's wild.
Correct.
You have a record. The one record that I heard from you that really kind of like grabbed me was the Heaven and Hennessy record, which I felt like was like a super dope, vulnerable record. Yeah. Is it your biggest record on Spotify?
I want to say so. Yeah.
That record, we don't get a lot of like artists really kind of channeling what those emotions are on songs where you really feel them, I guess. Like where were you, what place were you at in life when you wrote that and recorded it?
A frustrated place, trying to figure life out, where I'm going, where I'm heading, where I was, you know, and just being stuck in between like a rock and a hard place, not only in like my community, but like in my career. Right. You know, like when am I gonna get this, like everything that I've been I feel like I've been working towards. And it was just like, damn, when am I gonna get this break? Like this big break that us as artists always imagine that we're gonna have, and this, that, and the third. And it was just kind of like, for me, I'm like, okay, I need to bear it all. And I need to explain where I'm at and how I feel, because I know there are other people out there, whether you're, whatever it is or whatever industry that you work in, you know, that feel like how I feel, you know? So it was just really just getting that on record, you know? And man, everybody tells me all the time, like, man, Heaven and Hennessy, that's one of my favorite records. I just did a pop-up and somebody hit me, they were like, yo, can you guys play Heaven and Hennessy? I'm pulling up. Make sure y'all play Heaven and Hennessy. That's one of my favorite records. So
when did things kind of start to change for you in terms of like momentum, or like was it an opportunity? Was it a certain moment where like things started to kind of like some of those frustrations were like alleviated a little bit? I
want to say with the release of Save Yourself,
because you had all them playlists on lock. For artists with your following, I was like, yo, they really got to fuck with him, because we don't see this a lot.
It was honestly just people just gravitating towards the music and just like doing things and thinking outside the box during the pandemic, because we couldn't do shows. So, you know, me, myself, and my team, my manager Drew, we were just like kind of just brainstorming, like how can we further you know, our agenda being locked inside the house. So we came up with the idea of like putting together like a live series session.
Those were dope. Where you'd be like in the backyard and you perform like.
we
super dope.
We literally, my camera dude.
No excuse mentality,
exactly. By the way. Yeah, we're like, okay, all right, what can we do? And we just came up with that. And my camera dude, he did the whole thing. We did it in his backyard. You know,
wow.
We got a couch. I think that was actually my couch from my house. Put it in the backyard. Called up some of the homies. You know, laid a janky little rug on the floor.
No, that shit stood out to me because I was like, man, like you and the dude from the Baylor, Russell. Yeah, I just love what y'all were doing with like the online content because I feel like we always think like, you know, one of the biggest excuses artists will have is like, I ain't got money for a music video, or, you know, I don't got a budget to do this, and it's like, yo, really. And you say you used a camera guy, but like low key, you really, if you have a fucking iPhone and a real creative thought process, like you can create some fire shit.
Listen, it's so many. I look at how we used to live life before technology really started booming, and I'm like, man, we're really privileged. Like you can do whatever you want. If you don't know how to do something, everything's Googleable, and you can just hit up YouTube. Learn how to play the piano, learn how to cook, learn how to do whatever. So it's just
no, it is wild. That is true.
Yeah.
YouTube is low key made like cookbooks and like how-to books like extinct.
I'm telling you.
My wife was like telling me, she's like, I think I want to make a cookbook, and I'm like, why? Fucking start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Nobody's buying any fucking cookbooks anymore.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Even like they got these Instagram chefs now, where it's like they show you how to cook in like 30 seconds.
I just was on a dude's page today. Who went to McDonald's and he bought a fillet of fish, and he took it home and he made his own version of it.
Oh my gosh!
And it looks so fire.
I'm telling you.
And I was like, damn! I like watched like 4 videos. Yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah, and he probably saved like, you know.
Even think about printing directions. What?
You know, like back then it's like, yo, you had to print out, what was that map? MapQuest.
Even before that, like when I was a little kid and my fucking dad used to buy the map book out of the fucking liquor store. That shit is like, I can't even imagine existing in the world without GPS.
That's crazy.
Because you really now you really don't need to learn anything. You just need to get in your car and just go.
Right.
That's to where before you really had to
you driving, looking down at what turns you trying to make.
Yeah.
And
well, you gotta really okay, I gotta remember that this is here.
Yeah. Yep.
Not anymore.
Yep. Not anymore. So it's just like, you know, really a no excuse attitude and
facts.
You know, just honestly, just DIY and just get into it. You know,
you feel like the type of artist that Top Dog would try to sign. Yeah. Any discussions happen? I mean, obviously you got the record with Reason, the video with Reason.
I've gotten that a lot, man, and I really, I respect, like, honestly, like when I really sat down and was like, yo, I want to do this music thing, and I just seen like Top Dog and them come up in the city the way that they did. It was very inspiring for me. You know, and Kendrick is my favorite artist, you know, so to see like in the beginning of his career, like the level of honesty, you know, and the transparency,
facts,
you know, that was he used to really transcend, you know, showed me a lot. Like this is before you're real with the world, you got to be real with yourself, you know, so with the whole name change and everything like that, like how he did, I saw that and it inspired me. So yeah, I fuck with those guys a lot.
Yeah. They're, I mean, but you also just build your own TD.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I think for me it's just, you know, just seeing and taking a lot of what I would like to call like the LA Renaissance guys, like, you know, TDE and guys like Dom Kennedy.
Shout out to Dom.
You know what I'm saying? You and I, Thurs, you know.
Yeah. Pac Div, you know, just seeing how they were just such a great era.
Yeah.
LA rap.
That was one of the. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I said somebody needs to make a documentary about that era.
There's just the blog era of LA rap.
Of LA rap. It was a show every week, you know, and I was going to all of these.
I forgot about You and I.
Yeah. You and I. You had Casey Veggie, Sean Christopher. A lot of
Sean Christopher was so cold.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
he was working with Wale for a little bit.
Yeah. I believe so.
I have a Sean Christopher. He did a record. I think he was signed to Timberland too.
I think he was. Yeah.
Sean Christopher was cold.
I think he was. Yeah. But just like being in LA at that time, that was like El Prez. Shout out to Prez. That's my dog. Yeah. Like seeing exactly like, you know, El Prez and like seeing those guys like really do it how they did it at that time, and just, you know, they would throw their own shows and it was, they did it together too. Like it was a show every week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you would see familiar names on the bill, you know, and just seeing how they were doing it, you know, that inspired me. I was
able to like participate in that stuff.
Definitely. I was. And just go to shows. Cause before then I was so trapped in like, you know what I'm saying? Just going to work every day. And like, you know, I think my first taste of life outside of my neighborhood was, you know, when I started working at the Grove. And, you know, just like, I think for me, everything expanded for me at that time, even like my taste in music and stuff like that. And
you want to hear something crazy? I've lived here 6 years. I've never been to the Beverly Center or the Grove.
Really?
Never. What? I don't know why. I just never, I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Those are two places like I've driven by both many times and I've always am like, how have I never been inside of there?
That's crazy. That's actually pretty crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
That's pretty crazy. You never been there for anything? Like
for nothing.
That's wild. Yeah.
For literally nothing.
That's my like go-to like for Christmas shopping. Like
I don't know. I think it's because I've lived in the Valley the whole time. So like, I don't know. Yeah, I just never have gone to like I've been over there a lot, but I've just never like have happened to go. I've been to Sloss and Swap Me like 7 times. I've never been to the Grove.
That's actually pretty crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's like
crazy.
I hear, you know, I got to check out the Grove.
Yeah.
I heard that they put like there's like, because of the smash and grab shit, they had to put a bunch of like wild ass like fences around the Grove or some shit.
Man, funny enough, I haven't been to the Grove in a minute. It's been a minute.
Been a while.
It's been a while since I've been to the Grove, but I could probably imagine after everything.
Shit is turned up right now.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. 100%.
It's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
So, you know, before that era we were talking about, there was like, I grew up, so I'm 3 years older than you, but my best friend's brother is in a rap group called Dilated Peoples.
Oh, word.
Which is probably the most like legendary fucking underground boom bap rap group in LA history. It's either them or Jurassic 5.
Yeah.
Living Legends, shout out to Living Legends. Yes, so when I was like 12 and 13, I'd come to LA from Arizona and hang out with like those guys, the Alcoholics, fucking Exhibit.
Wow.
And like I went to both of their album release parties out here.
Wow.
It was The Platform and it was Expansion Team. But it was kind of crazy because like I would be at Fat Beats. I don't know if you ever went to Fat Beats.
What? Was it on Melrose?
I don't fucking know, man. I just know it was upstairs.
It was on Melrose.
So like, yeah, I was at Fat Beats like when I was like 13 and like it was just such an ill vibe. Like, cause that was to me like peak underground LA shit. Cause that was like, crazy. Those guys got like real major deals out of that shit.
Yeah,
you know?
That's crazy. Fat Beats, bro. So that's another thing. When I was working at the Grove, that's where I discovered like Melrose and all of that stuff. You know, I was like 17, 18 years old, just walking on Melrose. I come by Fat Beats, you know, I come across Fat Beats and I'm like, well, yo, what's this? You know, and a whole bunch of like vinyls and like records and like
Fat Beats is a vibe.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then they closed down after that. But around that time I was like, you know, like, yo, let me print up a few of my like songs on a CD and take it to Fat Beats and see if it's cool. If they'll just like have them at the front and like if somebody purchases whatever they purchase, they can give away my CD with that, you know. And
they were trying to bring Fat Beats back, low key. People like, you know, vinyl sells more than like vinyl really be selling now.
I think Fat Beats did open back up. I think they're in downtown, if I'm not mistaken.
Shit, I know that. I know they're a record label now.
Yep.
I know they put out like indie rap shit. I don't know. Yeah, but a record store would be crazy.
Yeah, Fat Beats, legendary.
Fat Beats was a vibe.
That's crazy.
Hey, we got to stop the interview real quick, man. Shout out to our sponsors at MyBookie. Now, if you're into sports like me and you like to win money, what are we doing? Go to MyBookie right now, man. Let's get in on some of this action. MyBookie. Go sign up, get the double deposit bonus. This is what this means. When you sign up at MyBookie right now, all right, whatever money you deposit, they're going to match it. They're going to double it for you up to $1,000, but you got to use the keyword, the promo code Bootleg. That's right. Use that promo code Bootleg when you sign up at MyBookie. They're going to double your deposit. Listen, March Madness is coming up. My favorite time of the year to gamble is March Madness. It is so much fun. You don't got to know a fucking thing about college basketball. It is just fucking turned up. I love to go to, listen, March Madness. That's really all you need to know. Get your account before then. Thank me later. Also, NBA action is finally back. Throw down some futures. Who you think is going to win the MVP? Joel Embiid, Jokic, Devin Booker, a little dark horse. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Suns. You got to go to MyBookie, though. Sign up. Get down right now, all right? Get double your money, double your deposit. You put in $1,000, they're going to match that, give you a whole nother $1,000 to gamble with. MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code bootleg, double your deposit. You just put out a new record and video where
Yes, sir.
There had to have been nothing in the coffee cup, right?
There might have been a little something.
Because I'm like, brothers, your white tea would not have stayed white.
Might have been a little something.
There was actual coffee in there.
It's all in the driving. You know, the driver was going. He wasn't going like, you know, like he wasn't on his transporter vibes, like where he was.
Was that like a sketchy video to try to shoot, just in terms of like hanging out the top of a car?
Nah, man. It was just like, yo, we just pop out and just, you know,
get what we need, go back down.
Get my presidential, you know, wave to the people, say hi.
People were looking at you crazy, like, who the fuck is this hanging out in the car with a coffee?
They really were. And my camera guy, he was this, you know, he popped out too. So they're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are these guys shooting? But, you know, it was cool. I felt very comfortable. I was in my neighborhood, and, you know, I came up with the idea of just like, you know, I always thought it would be cool to like do some shit like that. Like that
came out dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, you know, we go on King Boulevard for like an hour, shoot that.
Is that like, what is your? Let's kind of like obviously is that just a single, or is that going to be connected to a new body of work, or what's next for you?
It's a single. It's a single that is connected to a body of work that, you know, that's being put together right now. I should be out very soon. So yeah, you know, but I think for me it's just kind of hitting people with like music, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't let people. Unfortunately, man, unless you're Kendrick or you're like The Weeknd, or you can't really like just sit on your hands for 3 years.
Yeah, nah, man.
Look, Roddy Ricch couldn't even do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's my dog, but like I feel like he waited too long. You know what I mean? Like,
did you like that project?
His new album?
Yeah,
I wasn't fond of it.
Word.
I didn't think it was as bad as everyone said it was, but I also didn't think it was good. Word. And I'm a big fan of him and his whole discography. And I just think sometimes when you sit on shit too long, you start psyching yourself out about it. Because I had heard stuff that was supposed to be on a version of his second album that wasn't on the album. And at least from what I've heard, most of his album that we got was fairly recently recorded. So I think artists make a mistake a lot of times, and I don't know, I'm not speaking on him in particular, but I do know that like whenever you're sitting on a song for too long, it becomes old to you, even if no one's heard it.
That's true.
And then you'll start to think that like the new shit you did is better than the shit that you know was hard, and it's just like, especially now, man, I think people overthink their music. They're like, yo, just like what you like, just put some shit out. Like, put it out. Just put it out.
Just put it out. The longer you sit, it's just kind of like,
yeah. And then like most music that like when I'm like a lot of artists that I know, I'll hear songs and I'll talk to them 3 or 4 years later. I'm like, yo, whatever happened to that fucking song?
Right.
Like, you know, we just did, man, it just got old. It got tired. And I'm like, bro, that shit was hard.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not a fan of like announcing like, oh yeah, new music coming soon, and then having people wait like 2 years or like, you know, for me, if I'm like, yo, new music's coming soon, it's probably coming in a few
like
days.
Roddy's got to drop ASAP now.
Yeah.
Like he's really got to like, 90 days. In the next 90 days, we better get something from Roddy.
Yeah, and I like him, and I really like him and Mustard's.
Oh yeah, they don't miss.
Yeah, they
balling
never miss.
Late at night, high fashion.
Gosh.
Come on.
Yeah.
What I actually heard was a lot of the original project was supposed to be more like late at night.
Oh, word.
So I don't know what happened.
Word.
I think when you're someone like Roddy Ricch, you're like a pop star. You're like a superstar.
Yeah.
And I think that like this project, it felt to me like he was trying to compete with like the Lil Babies and Dirks of the world, as opposed to like the Post Malones of the world, if that makes sense.
Right. That makes
I'm like, Roddy, you're a stadium artist, bro. Like,
right. And
like,
it's all, you know, it's all a learning experience, even for him.
For sure.
You know?
Nah, for sure. And he's a great dude, and he's so talented. He's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine like mentally that shit's got to take a toll on you. People talking shit about your art so much.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was just talking to somebody the other day. It's just kind of like, you know, as an artist, you know, there's a level of bravery that goes into being an artist because you work on something so hard that you think every song that you are preparing to put out, you feel like, okay, people,
yeah, it's on the album for a reason. You must really fuck with it.
Right. And then, you know, you put it out in hopes that people like it, you know, and you put your work out, you know, just open to everybody.
Everyone's
judging.
critique. Everyone is a critic now. Yeah.
And everybody is a Twitter A&R.
Yeah, everyone has access to tell you how they feel about your shit.
Come on.
Back in the day, they'd have to see you at the mall or something.
Yeah, exactly. They would have to, you know, write fan mail or something like that, you know. So, yeah. Nah, I definitely I think he'll be good.
What about on this new project? Do you have any features locked in?
Yeah, we working on it.
Okay.
We working on it.
I take a guess. LA artists.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Can't confirm nor deny.
There it is. You should fuck with Ray Vaughn too. I want to hear you and Ray Vaughn.
I fuck with Ray Vaughn. I actually saw him.
He's cold.
Yeah, he's super cold. He's super cold. I saw him at where was it? Oh, D Smoke's show at the Roxy, in which I performed, and he was there, and I saw him. He was just by himself. I was
yeah, that's how he rolls.
With you. Yeah,
very normal, bro. Dude. Chill dude.
I love it, bro. I love it. You know what I'm saying? And he's chill. He's super humble, and he's dope. He's really dope. I think TDE definitely has gold on their hands with him.
Oh, with him, yeah. I think he's like, to me, like when I think of TDE and like obviously Kendrick's on his last project. So I think Ray Vaughn is the one guy that they have that's like young that can be like a star.
Right.
He got star quality. So shout out to Ray Vaughn.
For sure.
What about like just in general, like how do you spend your free time, man? When you're not recording, when you're not making content, what are you doing?
Man, I'm at the beach, bro. I'm telling you. That's why I'm like, bro, LA is just like, you know.
So you love the beach? Bro,
I love the beach. I love going to Malibu. I love just like being out there and just like, you know, just catching the vibe. Just like, you know, just
most people food. Don't hang out at the beach from LA.
They don't. It's
kind of crazy.
They don't. But I'm like, I know
you can take advantage of this.
Yes. I'm like, you know how many people that live in Phoenix that wish
they all come here to fucking sit at the beach.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. Most people who live here don't go to the fucking beach. It's not a thing.
Right.
I think it's because it's a drive. For the most part, it's a drive. Unless you live over there, but like
for the most part.
But it's a drive.
It is, but it's just like so relaxing. And sometimes like even when you're out that way, it doesn't even feel like you're in LA anymore.
For sure.
You know?
That's facts.
So it's just kind of like, you know,
your favorite beach is Malibu?
My favorite beach, I have a few. I like El Matador, which is in Malibu.
Right.
You know, and yeah, it just
Malibu feels like you're somewhere else.
It feels like you're somewhere else.
Yeah, bro. It really feels like you're like you're in a different state or some shit.
I'm telling you. And I encourage everybody to like, you know, just take advantage. If you live in LA and you paying for high ass rent,
you gotta take advantage.
You gotta take advantage of all the amenities. The rent is
crazy.
Come on. So I'm just like, yo,
dude, I just went to Palm Springs for the first time this past weekend with my wife. I've driven through that bitch like 150 times going to Phoenix, but like actually like went to Palm Springs, like had lunch and shit, and then we went to Joshua Tree and spent the night in H rooms in the desert. It was amazing, but it's like I was just telling my wife the same shit. I'm like, man, this shit is kind of crazy. Like, we don't ever come over here. It's 2 hours away. What the fuck are we doing? Like,
right.
This shit is so like, it's like a whole nother vibe.
Right. Man, you be taking trips, Kev. I saw you a few days ago, man. I don't know where you.
I was in Palm Springs on a horse.
Oh, word.
Yeah, my wife wanted to ride a horse for her birthday. So
word. I was fired. Was that your like first time like riding a horse?
Maybe. I might have did when I was a kid, but that shit's not comfortable.
Man, I don't know.
You rode a horse?
No.
Yeah, it's not comfortable because like we it was like a 2 hour excursion like in the like fucking hills of Palm Springs, and that shit was not comfortable. My legs were sore. The horse kept shit. Like, yeah. We watched a show called Yellowstone, and that's what It's a cowboy show, and that shit is.
That's what inspired that, or word. Yeah.
Like, let's go ride some fucking horses.
Nah, man.
By the way, Yellowstone is gas. Everyone should go watch it.
Word.
Kevin Costner's in it.
Okay,
Who grew up in Compton?
That tripped me out when I saw and found that out.
Kevin Costner's from Compton, California.
That's crazy.
It's a wild thing to think of.
Yeah, one of my homies, he's actually from Compton. He was like, "Yeah, man, we got everybody in Compton. We got he said we got Kendrick, we got Eazy-E, we got Kevin Costner." I said, "Wait, what?"
Kevin Costner.
I was like, "Wait, huh? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh,
yeah, that shit's wild.
Yeah,
that shit's kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You would never think it
at all.
Hey, we got to start the podcast, man, real quick. Appreciate y'all for watching. Really mean it. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, even if you're one of those dickheads who leaves a comment. Yo, why are you always interrupting the guests? Because it's my fucking podcast. And I don't know. I like to talk too. Anyway, hey, shout out to Odd Socks, man. They've been our sponsor from day one. We go hard for Odd Socks always, man. Literally go hard for my wife, and I go hard for Odd Socks in different and same kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I go hard in Odd Socks. They do make boxers. You feel me? Anyway, listen, they got the ill licenses. They got the Breaking Bad. They got the WWE. They got Mountain Dew. They got fucking Swedish Fish, fucking Kool-Aid, Pez, you know, Cheech and Chong. What are you into? The Odd Socks basics are the boys, though. That's my favorite. You know, you get yourself a nice pair of just basics. They're comfy. It's like walking on clouds. All right. So you can save 20% off if you go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code Bootleg Kev. That's one word, Bootleg Kev, all together at checkout. 20% off oddsocksofficial.com. Go show some love and let's get back to the interview. Is it like for you being like an artist who obviously you're very much yourself, you're very much, you know, high on artistic integrity. Mm-hmm. Is it like kind of hard to be that artist in 2022? Like, do you ever get, you know, there's so many shortcuts to like, I guess, clout or going viral or just shit like that. Like, is it hard to stay focused on like your mission and making sure you don't kind of allow outside shit to kind of interfere on with the way you move, I guess, in this industry?
For me, no, because I know I'm locked in purpose, you know, just like my vision and my goal, like what I, you know, when it's all said and done, you know, the work that I leave behind or like my kids are going to listen to, am I going to be proud of that?
Right.
You know, so for me, it's just like, just seeing and knowing that, that's what keeps me tunnel vision. Like, you know, I don't let the trends of whatever is going on come in, you know, dilute whatever it is that I'm doing, you know, because a lot of stuff that's happening now, you know what I'm saying, a lot of it is fly by night shit.
100%.
It's here today, it's gone tomorrow, right? A lot of the stuff that was around 3 or 4 years ago.
Shit, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you know? So
I think like when we think of like who's been at the top of the rap game for the last decade, it's 3 guys. It's Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. And like they're all incredibly just next level amazing at just rapping.
Right, exactly. And that should be, that's proof. Like that's like clear.
They're like never good. It's like they're like omnipresent. Like it's like they're relevant no matter what. Right. Same thing. Like, I mean, you could even go back further and say Jay-Z, you know, like
Correct.
If Jay puts an album out tomorrow, no one's going to be like, what the fuck is this?
Out of here. To the point where it's just kind of like, you know, they've gained guys like Cole and, you know, and they've kind of like dictated the market to where it's just like, okay, I could just come out and just put out an album without a single or anything. And, you know, my fans are going to love it and eat it up and, you know, they're going to appreciate it, you know, and, you know, it's that's what it is. But yeah, I think those 3 are like clear cut proof.
For sure. You did some stuff with the Rams, I saw.
Yeah.
Now, are you like a OG Rams fan? Or?
Honestly, for me, I'm just happy we got a team.
Okay.
I'm one of those.
Were you a football fan prior to the Rams coming back to LA?
I don't really. I watch football every now and then, but I'm not like, I'm more basketball.
Okay.
That's, you know.
Well, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Man.
A lot of rings.
A lot of rings. I will say that. A lot of rings, but
it's rough right now.
We got to get it together. We got to get it together. We got to get it together. Y'all, you guys, unfortunately, put us out of our misery very early in the playoffs.
Yeah. You know what? Nothing was the same after LeBron taunted Jay Crowder on this, when it was him and Drummond was taunting Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
Nothing's been the same since then.
But nothing made me happier than seeing, Giannis like kind of like,
he killed it. No, he killed it. He killed us.
He did.
In a very epic way.
Yeah. But nah, I think I don't know. We just got to get it together. I feel like, two teams that I feel like if we don't get it together, and who will be a problem for us is Phoenix and Golden State.
I think those are the two teams in the West that like. Also, low key, if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard come back somehow in the last couple of weeks of the season, or they can sneak into the play-in and they come back in the playoffs, and I hate the Clippers and I hate Kawhi Leonard, but they just got fucking Robert Covington, they just got Norman Powell from the Clippers. Bro, they could start 4 or 5 guys that can defend anyone.
That's true. Yeah.
But fuck the Clippers.
Yeah. So why you hate Kawhi? He be so quiet.
Man, Kawhi's a bitch. I didn't like what he did to LeBron, to be honest. I thought he kind of held LeBron and held out on him, and then I'm a LeBron fan.
Oh, so, when he came to LA.
Yeah, so like I'm a diehard LeBron fan. Right. So like the Suns have been I'm a diehard Suns fan, but I've always been like, okay, LeBron always played in the East and the Suns sucked. So I was always just rooting for LeBron or the Suns.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
When he came to LA, I had a real serious conflict inside because I hate the Lakers, but I just love LeBron. So I really felt like Kawhi hoed LeBron low key.
Damn. I mean,
and then they had to just get all the scraps off the fucking they literally, because all the free agents signed that year.
Oh yeah, we were.
So they were just grabbing whoever, Avery fucking Bradley. Who I mean, obviously they got a ring, so it didn't matter. But yeah. I don't know. Kawhi to me is I just don't like the way he be moving. Be sitting up in the fucking owner's box.
he be so low key,
like,
man.
Bro, it's the playoffs. Why are you sitting up? Go sit with your fucking teammates.
That's hilarious.
I'd like him on my team.
So do you feel like he's top 75 of all time? Or?
Probably, but fuck him.
I don't know, man. I mean, the fact that he came, I thought that was some of the most legendary shit to come
to Toronto, get a ring year one,
and then leave. All is forgiven.
No, I don't disagree. I mean, he's amazing. If you look at his career stats, though, they're extremely low compared to everyone else because of the amount of games. He hasn't played a lot of games because he's always injured.
Yeah, he does sit out a lot.
I think Kyrie and Dwight should have been in the top 75.
I could definitely agree with that. I had this argument with a friend as far as like Dwight goes. I do feel like he ran. Bro, he went
to the finals. He was like fucking, I don't know how many defensive players of the year. He was the best center in the league for at least 10 years.
That's what I think Dwight is Hall of Fame.
People forget like how good he was because of definitely. Like, whoever he kind of turned into a goof and a bad teammate later on, but like, dude, Dwight Howard was that motherfucker.
Yeah, nah, Dwight is he's Hall of Fame for sure.
I would put Kyrie in over Dame Lillard, to be honest.
Where does T-Mac fit in all of that? Because he got left out.
I think T-Mac just didn't have enough years. Like, I think T-Mac could have been the all-time great, but I just feel like injuries just kind of fucked him up.
They did.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know. I think Kyrie Irving. And I haven't liked Kyrie for some time, just like how he moves and shit. Mm-hmm. And I actually respect the way he's handling the vaccine thing. Mm-hmm. But I think he's probably the most skilled player ever.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's like art. Like, if you watch Kyrie Irving play basketball in slow motion, it is the most beautiful. It's like ballet.
Yeah. Literally. Like, just like... It's like he has like an invisible string on
it's the ball. It's like the hand, like the ball is his hand.
Yeah, literally.
It's like
literally, and he's just like dribbling. It's like, and I think to me, at the rim, I think he's one of the best finishers at the rim.
And he won a fucking ring with Cleveland, and he won that ring. He sunned Steph Curry and hit that shot. Like,
he got him.
You saw it, you Bay Area fuck. They got that switch, and he said, "Nah, I want him."
He stepped up.
He wanted your God, and Steph Curry's, "Oh, I got this." Didn't have it, did he?
He stepped up, man.
He was picking on Steph the whole series because you're fucking. Sorry, I'm talking to my producer who's swinging on Steph Curry's nuts every.
Yeah, Steph Curry's he's having one of the best.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
When it's all said and done, he's gonna be the best basketball player ever.
Shut the fuck up. The best basketball player ever?
That's bold.
Bruh, relax, bro. He's got like 4 years left before like he's a sixth man somewhere. Chill out.
Do you think he's winning MVP this season?
Fuck no. It's going to be Jokic or Embiid.
Sheesh. Wow. Damn.
No, it's going to be Jokic or Embiid. Embiid is
you think so?
Are you serious? I mean, I'm a gambling man, so I look at the odds. It's going to be Jokic or Embiid. Embiid is balling.
Steph is having a crazy
Embiid scored 50 points in like 25 minutes 2 weeks ago. Like,
so how do you like Harden over there?
I don't know. I'm not sure Harden is. I don't know what to think of James anymore, to be honest. Nice guy. I'm cool with him. Like, I just don't know if, like, I think he wants to executive produce rap albums, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure he like wants to be the MVP of the NBA anymore. But hilarious. He's back with Daryl Morey, so I like Embiid a lot. So I hope I hope it goes well. Yeah. I really I can't say I don't fuck with KD because I met him and he was super nice and I've been to his house and
I think Brooklyn.
KD did some hoe ass shit when he went to Golden State.
Damn. I mean, I wasn't fucking with that. I definitely wasn't fucking.
But then I met him and he was like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, and I talked to him for like 30 minutes. I was like, God damn it. I hope he doesn't check my Twitter from like 4 years ago.
Top 3 greatest scorers of all time. To me, KD for sure. He's in there.
Definitely.
Pure scorer. Like just.
Hot take. You ready for the hot take?
What's the hot take?
KD over Kobe. When it's all said and done. See, you didn't even.
I don't know if I could agree with that.
But you know what? I appreciate the fact that you did not shoot it down.
Yeah.
Because you're an actual basketball fan.
Right.
Kobe's top 10 all time. I love Kobe. But I think when it's all said and done, KD is going to be like, he's going to be knocking on that like Larry Bird, like Magic Johnson.
Are we talking all around, or are we talking?
I'm talking about just like when we talk about just career wise, best. No, not scoring.
Okay.
I think the best scorer is low key James Harden.
In the NBA right now?
I just think in the last like 20 years, who's been a better scorer? Like Harden, literally the whole entire thing was ISO. The whole offense was just ISO.
James is fire. I like James.
It changed the NBA.
I like James.
They had to fix the free throw rule because of him.
and they had to change the.
He should have won 2 MVPs.
They had to change the pump fake, jump into the person.
That's scoring. You might not like it. Man. He changed the NBA.
Look, he did. I mean, I personally think that. I think Steph revolutionized.
No, Steph changed like the way kids want to. 3-point shit is. Right. It's ridiculous.
But there's like every now and then you have just like, like
Trae Young came out of like Steph Curry's nuts. Like without Steph Curry, Trae Young wouldn't be in the NBA.
Definitely. I think so.
Because he wouldn't have played the way he played.
I think like between every now and then you just have those players that they come and they just revolutionize the game.
No, Steph, I'll give Steph that all day. As much as I think he's a little shit, I'll give him that. He's changed the NBA forever. And he's amazing. He is very good.
Man, don't let Golden State play Phoenix.
Oh, we're smoking them.
Man.
I'm putting all my money on the Suns.
Oh, man. That's going to be.
What are you talking about?
I got to see this. I want to see this.
He don't even want that to happen because he knows when the Suns win, he's not built for this smoke.
Man, I just hope we win. I hope we just get it together, figure it out.
I got to get in the play-in.
Yeah, I know, man.
I think the Lakers have to somehow convince Russell Westbrook to be a sixth man. If Kendrick Nunn,
that's not happening.
If Kendrick Nunn comes back and starts at point guard, and you got the little white rookie hitting threes, what's his fucking name?
Austin Reeves.
That fool's. You just gotta stand in the
AR-15.
Best fucking nickname since Kirilenko, AK-47.
AK-47, exactly.
He just stands in the corner, hit threes. Let LeBron facilitate, let AD do his thing, and then just bring in the second unit and have Russ hold it down.
Man, good luck.
That's the problem. It's like because imagine, dude, the Lakers would actually be good if they could convince Russell Westbrook to be a sixth man.
Be a sixth man.
What? You bringing Russ off the bench against the second unit?
I mean, I can see it. I don't think Russell can see it.
Oh no,
I don't think Russ can
and I'm not. He should start on other teams.
Yeah.
But not on the Lakers. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Obviously, it's a fucking mess.
Man, I thought it was going to be like one of those situations where, you know, I feel like everybody that plays with LeBron, I feel like LeBron does make players better.
You would hope that he would make Russell kind of kick back a little.
Yeah. That was my hope.
At the end of those games, Russell Westbrook got the ball. It's all, you know, the game's over.
Oh, well. Damn, man. I thought, honestly, we were looking better with Malone, Peyton, Kobe, and Shaq than we are now currently.
I mean, that team went to the finals.
They did, but you
lost to the Pistons.
Exactly, but even then,
but you went to the finals.
We went to the finals, right? And you know, even then, everybody was like, you know, it was kind of like, oh yeah, that was a terrible season for us, and blah blah. But you know, seeing the season that we have now, I'm like,
we'll see what happens. I think if the Lakers make it into the playoffs, nobody wants to see them in the first round. Because you still got to play AD and LeBron James.
Man, AD got to
unless you're the Suns and you saw him in the first round last year and beat him and bounced the ass. Anyway. We'd like to see him.
That's fair. That's
2 years in a row? Bring it, baby. Bring it.
That's fair. That's fair. AD got to stay healthy.
He's the glass man, man. So when are we going to get this project? Like, first of all, how close are you from being finished with your new album?
Oh, it's done.
Project
is done. Yeah.
Okay, so when is it going to come out?
Soon. I can't say when soon.
And you got big announcements coming.
I might. Yeah.
You may or may not have some big announcements coming.
May not. You know, shooting visuals and stuff like that.
Where can people just support what you got going on? I'm sure you got merch. You got.
Yes, sir. Nana is King on Instagram. Nana is King _ on Twitter.
Why Nana?
That's actually my real name.
That's your real name?
That's my real name. My parents are from Ghana. I was always self-conscious.
Because, you know, in LA, you know, my wife's granny. Mexican and, you know, Nana's
granny. Yeah. It's like grandma, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and like, so where my parents are from, it means king. That's why it's Nana is King.
Have you been back?
I have been. In when I was like 14.
Art is beautiful.
It's super beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why everybody goes there every December.
Everyone's going on vacation out there now.
Yeah. It's good. It's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful places you will ever go to.
Slept on too.
Extremely slept on.
Yeah.
Extremely slept on.
Probably just bleep all this out so like we don't let the secret out.
Yeah, I know. And then, you know, Ghana
turns into Tulum.
Tulum. Exactly. Ghana becomes the new Tulum.
Tulum is the secret's out.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't deal with the flight, you know what I'm saying? So
that's a serious flight. Going to Tulum ain't shit. Going to Africa or
that's like 20 hours.
Going to Paris. Like I went to Paris once. I said, this is terrible. I don't know if I ever go back to Europe after this shit. Fucking flight is the worst. Anyway, go support and go run up the new video, stream the new song.
Yes, sir. Better Back out now on all streaming platforms.
Go check out the album.
And Save Yourself, been out. And yeah, man, thank you for having me.
All good, man.
Appreciate it.
Boom.